Yep. We are here with the afternoon thought. Waiting for some people to get up in here. We're definitely in the building. Shout out to everybody that's out there. Today we're gonna talk about why some guys will never make it in local trucking. We're gonna break that down today. While I'm looking at this crazy news, a lot of things going on. A lot of crazy things going on in this world. A lot of crazy stuff. You know? But we gotta keep on pushing. Shout out to the first person that jumped up in here. Shout out to y'all. Much love to y'all. Yeah, we definitely up in the building today. Today we're gonna talk about why some drivers will never make it. Why some drivers never make it as a local trucker. And we just gonna keep on talking until we get some people up in here. Shout out to the whoever's out there that's watching right now. Shout out to y'all. Um, 1 second, let me share this out real quick. Daycab Slim, how you doing, man? Everything good? Let me share this out real quick. Let me share this out real quick. Yeah, so we up in here, man. Today we're gonna break down why some guys will never make it local. Okay. So first of all, let me start by saying Oh, how you change the avatars through your phone? Um, you have to. I think you got to click on the avatar, hold it down, and hold it down, and then it's gonna go to give you options to change it, stuff like that. It's gonna give you that option. But yeah, we here, man. Today we're gonna chop it up about why some drivers, why some guys will never make it in local trucking. You know, and when we talk about local trucking, we're talking about like we're not talking about the easy jobs. We're talking about the hard physical jobs. For instance, food service, for instance. Even LTL gets kind of hard sometimes. And beer deliveries, beer deliveries, and even fuel, man. You name it. It's a lot of local jobs that a lot of guys are not gonna make it in. And one number one reason that I think I really think that being over the road, this is my opinion, I think it's easier, especially when you're driving like a drive van. Physically, physically, oh, you do beer delivery only to the warehouse. That's what's up. But physically, like working over the road is a lot easier. But when it comes to the mental part, it gets kind of rough. But I mean, like physically, working locally can get really draining, man. And that's why I think it's a lot harder on guys when they come local, especially when you try to do the food service. I see a lot of guys they come in the food service and they couldn't even make it a day or two because when they really find out what we have to do, and they just used to driving over the road all this time where you're just basically holding the steering wheel and making sure the truck drives straight and getting where they need to go. You know, it's a totally different ballgame, man. Like a lot of guys, they hear about the money and they see the glory, but they have no idea about the story. You know, so you want to try to educate people on coming local and what to expect. You know, you gotta expect that when you come local, your hours is gonna be different. You know what I mean? You know, like driving a drive van over the road. Most drivers are used to waking up like 5, 6, 7 in the morning to go and make that delivery. Well, it's kind of different for local. Some of these jobs you're starting at 2 in the morning. Some you're starting at 1 in the morning. Some at 3 in the morning. That all depends. It's different every day. It all depends on what the customer call for. You know, every customer is different. I know most guys that start out in fuel, delivering fuel, they work like a overnight shift at first, and that's 12 to 12. Oh, Black Horse does that. They work like an overnight shift. That's 12 to 12, and most of those guys are slip seating, which is you either work 12 to 12 at nights or you work 12 to 12 in the day, and that's not an easy schedule. To be honest with you, you know. Yeah, if you want an easy job, definitely Container Man. How you doing there? If you want an easy job, it definitely pull a drive van. Um, yeah, hey, in local driving, I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad you brought that up. Walking Journey, what's going on? I'm glad you brought that up. Day Cab Slim. You said in local trucking, you got when you say you got to be back to work in 10 hours, you literally mean 10 hours on the dot. Like you'll be off work like 4 p.m. or whatever, and they want you back at work at like 2 a.m. And it remind you, they don't consider the time, what's going on, Island Trucker. They don't consider the time you take from driving from the job to your house, by the time you get home and you deal with your kids, either cook or stuff like that. So by the time you get situated at the house, you probably got like 6 hour of turnover time to get back to work. So it's really something that you got to get used to, man. A lot of drivers want to come local and they think it's like easy, but I'm here to keep it real, man. That it's hard, but it can be done. It can be done, but I just want to bring awareness to you guys that it's not easy. Like some people say, like for instance, let's start off with the field I'm in. Let's start off with food service, okay? I can speak about that all day. You know, I can speak about that all day. Okay, so let's talk about food service, right? First of all, in food service, when a lot of guys borderline, what's going on, man? Everything good with you? So first of all, let's start off in food service. Day Cap Slim said, "What's up with the Jamaican party? You didn't see no food? Yeah, it was a lot of food there, man. It was a lot of food. The food was right around the corner. I didn't really. I was just messing around with the camera. We didn't really get to tape a lot of the foods, you know." Yeah, Taz, you're right about that, man. It takes a lot of time getting used to not knowing what time you're gonna work the next day. You know, the real Quinn, what's going on with you? Appreciate you coming up in here. You start GFS tomorrow. That's what's up, bro. Your first year, I think you're gonna. I'm not gonna give you like an exact number, but I guarantee you that you're gonna do over 65. What's going on, Mr. Mill in the house? Everything all right with you? But I think you'll do over 65. I don't know what state you live in, but I think making over 65 your first year is pretty good, you know, unless you live in like California or something like that, you know. Yeah, you're right, Container Man. Us food service drivers, we have a hard job, man. It's definitely hard. We're gonna chop that up right now. So let's talk about food service, man. Like sometimes guys they wanna come home off the road. Oh, the one in St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, you'll definitely make over 65. That's a busy area right there. But sometimes guys want to come over the road and they see food service as an option. You know, they see food service as an option, and it's not a bad job. But I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. It takes some time getting used to. You got to be mentally strong to do this type of job because, like, first of all, when we're over the road, we're used to just driving and just backing up to the dock, open our door, and make a delivery. Now, when it comes to food service, it doesn't matter how many cases you have in your truck. We're touching every single case, and it takes getting used to it, especially when we gotta roll these cases down the ramp, stuff like that. And starting out, most of the guys that's gonna be starting out, they're gonna be getting not the best of routes. They're gonna get routes that guys that have been there for years don't want. So the routes that you're gonna be getting is pretty much gonna be shitty. You feel me? So it's gonna take a lot of time getting used to that. And then the physical nature of the job, man, where you just know that if you got 800 cases on the truck, you have to unload all 800 cases. Sometimes you're gonna have like 12, 10 to 16 stops. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna have like 16 stops, and you gotta deal with a whole unit. When you're over the road, you're only dealing with like, let's be honest, we're dealing with like when I was over the road. I might deal with 3 to 4 receivers a week. That 3 to 4 deliveries a week, and out of those 3 to 4, you might deal with 2 bad attitudes and 2 receivers that's nice. Well, in local trucking, man, you got multiple deliveries throughout the day. You might deal with 40 to 60 deliveries per week. So out of those 40 to 60 people, you're probably going to deal with like 20 people with bad attitudes, man. It's just something to get used to. And that's food service for you, man. Any more questions about the food service part, just go ahead and let me know. And all the tight spaces that we got to drive in, and all the tight spaces that we got back in. Yeah, you're right. Walking journey, 15 stops and up is the worst, because whenever you get north of 12 stops, you gotta like literally, once you start working, you gotta run. I'm pretty sure you guys heard the term. What's going on, trucker style? I'm pretty sure you guys heard the term running before. Like when I was over the road, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? When I was over the road, I used to see food service guys like Cisco guys. I used to see these guys running like crazy. I used to look at them and scratch my head. I'm like, I never do that crap. Them motherfuckers stupid. And look what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? These guys just literally load the hand trucks and start running. So whenever you get north of 12 stops, you literally got to start like running. Like you load up these hand trucks, people see you rush inside a restaurant, and they think you're crazy, but it's not that we're crazy. Say we got like 16 stops, we still got to follow DOT regulation, which we got to get our work done in 14 hours. We still abide by the same rules. So we got drive time, plus we got 14 stops. So if you're a slow driver and most of your stops is taking you like 50 minutes or more, you can't handle over 14 stops. So you're probably going to end up with a shitty route. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sean up in here, man. Sean about to get trucker style. Sean about to get 30 trucks, man, in Florida. So anybody that's interested in working for an own operator, not really an own operator, 30 trucks. The first all right. I don't consider trucker style Sean working for our own operator no more, because once you get north of 30 trucks, that's a real legit company. So anybody that's looking to run just Florida, we'll go over to trucker style Sean page, click on his page, and get in contact with him. You know, Khadija, how you doing there this Sunday? Hope everything is good. Taz Jones video say take 3 to 4 months before it makes sense. Anything after a year, you could start really making some money. Learn how to work the customer in the load. 3 to 4 years, 70,000 or plus if you hang in there. Yeah, you're right about that. If you definitely hanging on in the food service, you're gonna make north of 70,000. Like, and most of the guys I know right now, they're making north of $75,000. You know, most of the guys I know. And after a while, like once you get used to working local, after a while the money's not even gonna be like important. Like, and when I say important, like because you're getting paid every week, and it's like it's gonna be second nature to check your bank account, because it really don't matter no more, because you know your money is always gonna be there. You know what I mean? Whether you make 80, 75, 80, 90, it don't matter. You're gonna get paid. The problem is the longevity, man. You gotta try to stay to see if you can get a better route, you know? Daycab Slim say he's debating between fuel delivery or food service. Container Man say fuel delivery, that's what Dirty Broke 215 does, and he got to set ride home daily. And I would advise any guys that even got the guts to do fuel delivery, I would advise them to if you got the guts to do fuel delivery, just go that route, because it's a lot easier, man. So if you guys are looking for easier, I would go that route. But I'll advise the guys that want to be out here running, want to stay physical, want to make money, want to make that money their first year. Ain't scared to get dirty. Come to food service, man. You'll definitely make money. And, especially if you live in a big city. I talked to this I talked to this dude. He lives in Nashville. Is it Nashville? And me and him been going back and forth ever since I started this channel. And he's telling me how much Nashville is booming. So whenever you get into a city that's booming like that, it's a lot of chances to make good money because the more people that move into that city, the more people are gonna have to eat. And these food service companies, they're gonna need employees. You feel me? And so we definitely make money, man. And just pick a company. You know what I mean? Pick a company. It could be Cisco. No, they're the big dogs. U.S. Foods, Performance, McLean, GFS, um, Saladinos, Labette, Maine, CDI, QCD. You know what I mean? Pick a company. You're gonna make money. Pick a company. But that's why I always tell people like you gotta know your area where you live in. Like, 'cause maybe I might do good with U.S. food in my area, but in the area that you live in, it might be a different company that does better than us. You know what I'm saying? So pick a company, do your research, go in your area, try to see some of your local drivers and try to communicate with them and get a feel for how they like the job and how the managers treat them. Because every time somebody asks me what food service they should work for, I try to tell people just go to the one that's closer to your house. You feel me? Walking Journey say fuel is where the money is at. Yeah, you're right about that. Day Camp Slim say most fuels delivery drivers don't have the weekends off and holidays they gotta work. Like they definitely gotta work. What's going on, food service driver? Everything good with you, man? How McLean treating you over there? J Cap say he live in Jacksonville, small city. Yeah, you're right about that. Trippy, what's going on with you, man? All the way from Brooklyn. Gabriel say Jamaica. That's definitely right, man. We represent all the time, no matter where we go. You know. A next job, man, that a lot of people think is easy when it comes to local is LTL. Trippy said, "Come down, selector. He's old school. Shaba Super Cat." He said, "Shaba, I'm gonna play old school Shaba for you." Yeah, but yeah, but another job that people think is easy, man, is what you call that job? LTL. LTL is definitely not easy. Oh, Taz videos. I just remember. I just remember. I just remember who you are, man. Let me give your company a shout out. Hey, let me tell you something, Taz. I'm gonna tell you something, right? I actually let me show you something, right? Actually, I actually love your company, man. I love what they stand for. Um, y'all got a good, y'all got a good transportation manager. I told you I met him like a year ago. Um, I still got his card right here. I still got his card. So shout out to Cheney Brothers. They're doing big things in Florida, man. I'm telling you, big things. You're growing fast. You guys looking for a good local job? Y'all check out Cheney. Yo, let me tell y'all something. I'm good with everybody, though. Like I don't see color. I see everybody as one. I don't see color. I treat everybody on the streets with respect. You know what I mean? Like you got some food service guys that every time they see each other on the streets, they act like they can't speak. Like, what's the big deal? Like, we're dealing with the same customer. It could be your customer today. Tomorrow it could be mine. So, I mean, you could lose your job right now, right? You could lose your job right now, and you probably need a job from a different food service company. But one person could remember your attitude that you had towards them, and you guys just don't realize the leverage us as drivers have when it comes to getting some people hired or not. So we can go to the manager and be like, you know what, that guy right there, I know you just interviewed him, but bad attitude. You know what I mean? So every time I'm on the streets and I see people from other companies, I just shot them up, you know? And shout out to Cheney Brothers, man. I'm gonna tell you a fact about Cheney Brothers. I'm gonna tell you a fact about Cheney Brothers, right? Anybody that's in Florida that wanna Cedar Key restaurant open in order, 323 cases, 37 steps. Golly, that's a lot of steps, man. Big Curb, what's going on? Big Curb in the house. Moses, what's going on? Moses said he do LTL. Yeah, that's a lot of steps right there. Moses said it was hard for him to get in, but he got it in because he knew a lot of people. Rhodes, what's going on, Rhodes? Yeah, but let me tell you a quick fact with about CBI. That's Cheney Brothers. Before I get back to the talking about LTL. Out of all the companies, I'm just talking about Florida. Out of all the companies in Florida, when it comes to case pay, getting paid by the case, Cheney Brothers pay the most when it comes to case pay. And I'm just telling you guys this because this is something that I researched. When it comes to case pay, the second company behind Cheney Brothers is actually GFS. So it sounds strange that it's not the bigger companies that pay the highest in case pay. So what that means that if you get with a company like those companies and you well with Cheney Brothers you got to put in the time to get those case pay. But with GFS you can kind of get to that case pay quicker if you go in and run a chain or something like that. You know what I mean? But right now I was just talking to a Cheney Brothers driver last week and he told me like they're bringing in drivers at 24 cents a case right now. You know, that's a lot of that's good, man. I don't know if you guys realize what 24 cents a case is. I know a lot of guys they're making 30 cents a case, and I don't know if you guys realize what 80 cents a case is. 800 cases. Just do the math. 800 cases times 30 cents. What's that? Plus you're gonna get paid for the miles. Plus you're getting paid for the stops. Plus you're getting your bonus. You know, so a lot of these companies, man, got perks. You know, Moses say in LTL, the customer usually unload the load. Oh yeah, Moses, you must be talking about like you must work for. Let me see who you work for. Oh, you work for FedEx, cause I know you're not talking about Triple A Cooper or Old Dominion or SAI or Old Dominion, cause those companies, those guys got to unload it by themselves. And one thing I noticed about LTL when I talk to the guys, a lot of guys come off the road and try to get up in LTL, and you're gonna notice right away. Right away when you come local, you're gonna notice that LTL is a job that you cannot get into that easy. You know, you gotta have plugs, you gotta have connection, and you might get an LTL job and you might get in the right job. You might think it's a good job for you, but it might not be a good job because a lot of these LTL companies have something like what they call they do not like to pay overtime. And some of them they'll pay you overtime after 45 hours. A lot of them got different type of stipulation, man. Where you got the better companies like Old Dominion, you got FedEx and UPS that's real impossible to get into. So one thing I don't like about LTL, I don't like the fact that can I make you a rum punch? I don't like the fact that you pretty much you like working too long, man. You guys gotta understand in food service, like once we start working, when we're done, we're done. You know, once we're done, man. You know, and like for instance, y'all listen to my day on Friday, right? Friday I had 846 cases, 6 stops, and it took me 7.5 hours to do my route. 7.5 hours to do my route, right? And you guys might think that if y'all were working for an LTL company, and let's just say the LTL company was paying you $30 an hour, right? Well, 7.5 hours, that'd be like what, $210, a little bit more. Well, in food service, it don't work like that. If you're on a component pay system, you're getting paid for the route. What the route already have a price in it, you know? Taz Jones say, I'm I'm Cheney Brothers Transportation Manager in Ocala. Give me a call, ask for live. I'm hiring drivers out of Orlando, Daytona, and Jacksonville. Make it in Pensacola, Tallahassee, Ocala. There you go, guys. I remember who you was, Taz. I just didn't know if you wanted me to put out there that you were the transportation manager. So okay, there he put it out. We got a transportation manager up in here for Cheney Brothers out of Ocala, Florida. So right now he's looking for drivers in Orlando, Daytona, Jacksonville, Pensacola, and Tallahassee and Ocala Yard. So if you guys interested in working for Cheney Brothers, man, and let me tell you something about Cheney Brothers. I don't know. Well, oh, you guys go all the way to Macon also. I'm gonna tell you something about Cheney Brothers, right? I don't know about your division, but I know about the Palm Beach division that I met with Mr. Simpson over there, man, last year. And one thing Mr. Simpson told me, he was like, he'll pay for your experience. So if you go over the company and you have a lot of if you have a lot of experience, you're not gonna start off with the minimum pay per case because like why would you like let's just say you're bringing a 6 year experience from like Cisco or something, right? Why should you start off at the bottom? You know what I mean? So I thought that was really good when he said that if you're bringing experience, you don't have to start from the bottom. I don't know if your division does that, but I know when I met with Mr. Simpson, or Daycap Slim, they call the 1-800 number and ask for live. And we got Trucker Style Sean up in here, man. Trucker Style Sean, he's gonna capitalize off of we got Amazon. They're about to open a big facility on the west coast of Florida. He's about to capitalize off of that, man. He's about to come up off. He's about to get him 30 trucks. 30 trucks. So he's looking for people also. 302 Dre, what's going on, man? Everything good with you? Yeah, so you got pretty much just call the 1-800 number over there for Cheney Brothers in Ocala. I'm telling you, man, I'm in the streets, man. I know people in the streets. This company, they take care of y'all, man. Trust me. Man. So 302 Dre, man, what's been going on, man? How's the road treating you? How's the rates out there over the road, man? Are drivers still crying out there? What's going on over the road, man? Are drivers still crying? Are the brokers and the drivers um, fist to fist right now? Or what's going on out there, man? I know it's crazy out there. All the rates are down, rates are sliding, companies going out of business, drivers blowing tires. They can't afford the tires because ain't no money out there, man. Y'all should come on local, man. Come on local, man. Local, we don't got to worry about that. We blow a tire. We just pick up the phone. We pick up the phone and be like, hello, hey, hey, we blew a tire. I'm stuck out here. You know what I mean? Hey, they gotta come fix the tire. Even though we're supposed to do our pre-trip, make sure everything's all right. You know, if our reefer break down, we just pick up the phone, make a phone call. Hey, y'all gotta come see about the reefer. You know, but it's crazy out there as an owner operator, man. I remember when I was an owner operator, man. It used to be rough. Man. I'm telling you, I see a lot of guys that stay in the food service industry. Like when they get ready to leave, they want to be an owner operator. Oh, Day Cab Slim say, what happened to the guys, the slow guys that run out of hours before they finish their delivery? Okay, what happened to those guys, Day Cab, is that we're not going to judge them hard at first. We're going to give them some time to get used to it. So what happened is most of the supervisors, they're going to like keep a close eye on those guys, and when they see those guys like running behind, what they're going to do is send a couple of us faster guys to go and help them out once we finish our route. Just help them out, right? And but they're going to give them like time, right? So after you give somebody enough time, if they can't pick up the speed and can't, if they don't get it, then this is not the job for them. I'm not saying that the company is going to give them a route with like over a 12-hour route because you wouldn't want to give a slow guy a 12-hour route. They're going to do the best they could to keep these guys with a route around like 10 hours or something like that. All these routes have hours on it, right? So I did like Thursday, I did a route. It was a 13-hour, 54-minute route, right? So you had to be kind of quick because you want to be quick to the point. And the time that they give you on this route is fair. You can actually beat these routes by up to an hour. So you got to be quick to the point because if you fall behind on a 13-hour route, you're going to go over your time and you're going to go into violation. The thing that saved most of these new guys, well, if they get a big route, the thing that saved them is the 16-hour exemption that we get as local driver. And when you're a local trucker, man, it's one day out of the week where you can work 16 hours for the day, right? So a lot of guys that save them sometimes they use their 16-hour regulate they use their 16-hour day, like they're trying to drive back and they're running out of time. So what's gonna happen is the OmniTrax, whatever you guys using, is gonna ask you if you want to use your 16-hour day exemption. And the thing about a 16-hour day, you gotta be very careful to make sure that if you use your 16-hour, you're on your way back, that you don't have to stop to take another break. You know what I mean? So locally, you could work up to 16-hour one day out of the week, but still following the same 11-hour driving regulation. If you guys understand what I mean, right? So for a driver like me that lay over sometimes, I could never use a 16-hour rule regulation. I would have to because it's funny whenever you lay over, you can't use that 16-hour that week for some strange reason. You gotta after you lay over, you gotta wait five consecutive shifts before you can use that 16-hour rule again. So to make a story short, man, guys that slow, they need to just find the quickest way possible to pick up that speed, man, or else they just not gonna cut it. You know what I mean? Because it's sad to say, man, but we need like We need like fast, productive people, people that's on point, and people that know what they gotta do, and people that know how to talk to these customers and treat these customers good, man. Those are the type of people that's gonna stick around for a long time, man. Believe it or not, you know. Delivering for Hutchins, they're going down the drain. They lost over 18 drivers. What? Oh, Day Cab Slim. You never knew about the 16-hour rule? Yeah, look it up, man. Look it up. Um, we can use it to our advantage and stuff like that. So what I do, all right, locally, my company, they want us to take a break after 7 hours. Cause you gotta know we gotta take our half an hour break before 8 hours, right? So what I do, I kind of push mine out to as close to 8 hours as possible. So I know like when I take my half an hour break, if something goes bad and I have to use my 16-hour rule, I don't have to worry about taking a break again because by the time I take my break, it's gonna push me over that first 8 hours for the day. So I know I have a whole nother 8 hours to continue my route. So that's the way I do that. Now, if you're gonna use your 16, and let's just say you took your half an hour break with like 5 hours to go, and then you're gonna have to take another break if you want to use that 16 because 8 plus 5, that's what, I don't know, my brain ain't working. What, 13? So by the time, if you took your break at 5 hours and you work a whole another 8 hours, at 13 hours, so you would have to take another break before you end up hitting your 16-hour rule. So I guess as local drivers, man, we gotta pay attention to what time we take our break. Don't try to take your break too early, man, and don't try to take it too late. Don't be driving and you're like 7 hours and 40 minutes and you got 20 minutes left to go with your break and you're going to a stop you never been to and you're trying to park and stuff so you can punch out the break, man. That's 9 or 10 times that's not gonna make it. You're gonna be out there driving and you're gonna go into violation and you're gonna get in trouble, man. You know, so and for all who don't know, man, whoever's up in here that's not a truck driver, man, like local truck drivers, we have to take a half an hour break before we hit our 8 hour mark. If not, we get in trouble. That's actually a DOT regulation. Day Cab Slim said, "Can't you just go off duty while driving?" Nah, man, you can't go off duty while driving, man. You get in serious trouble, man. Nah, man. Oh, Tad, you say good routers know their drivers in areas. That's a good point, man, because like I've been having a hard time lately, man, because you know, I'm just coming back to the day shift and I'm trying to get used to the day shift, man. And I'm trying to tell these guys to I'm trying to tell these guys, man, load up my truck because like I want my truck loaded because you're gonna understand like the more cases you have in your truck, the more you can run. Like some guys don't want no cases, so I don't understand. Like if you got somebody that want their truck loaded, like load it up because I'm coming from chain. I'm transferring from chain account where my trailer is pretty much loaded every night and I'm just running, right? Because when you run, you find that you find that you find that your night is going so fast, you just running. But when you playing around with like 300-400 cases, like it's a joke, you know. So it's good when the routers know you, man, and know what areas to put you in, you know. I can say that the our routers, they know me pretty well that I would go anywhere and whatever. So they always put me on some pretty decent routes, but I just like wish that they would load up my truck. Like, do I see myself going back to chain one day and within the same company? Yeah, I do because I just see myself like want more cases. You know, like in this type of business, man, the more cases you have, the more you make. Who want to be doing this to make less? Come on now, you know. Oh, you say why you stopped delivering the food? Can you go off duty? Okay, let me tell you how this half an hour break works, right? So let's just say let's just say you got to a stop, right? And you had 7.5 hours on the clock, right? So you're making the delivery and the delivery took you 45 minutes, right? So you didn't punch out for break yet because you were making the delivery, and we're not allowed to make a delivery while we're on break. So what's gonna happen is you're already over your 8 hours, so technically you're on violation. But you gotta remember, as long as you didn't move that truck after it passed 8 hours, you're good. So after you make delivery, just punch out for break right away, man, and just stay there and take your break. You know. So what a lot of guys would do, a lot of guys would either get to the location, they'll take their break right away, and they'll just while you take your break, you take your time, you go in there, you greet your customer if you've never been there, give them the invoice, and just look around and stuff. Take your time, go get a drink, try to get something to eat or something. You know what I mean? And just set yourself up. And once you get off break, then you start running your product. Or you can just go there and start working right away. And when you get done, then you go on your break. Too many guys violate the 30-minute break. And I think that's a break that should not be violated because it shouldn't just be in your head to take a 30-minute break. Plus, your OmniTrax is going to warn you because when we get to 7 hours, the whole screen on the OmniTrax is turned red, basically telling us that it's time for us to take a break. You know what I mean? And Taz say customers trust you will get you in and out. Yeah, you're right about that, man. A lot of customers that trust you, they'll definitely get you in and out. Once customer trusts you, man, they're not even going to check your product because like you pretty much know where everything goes. You got that good relationship with the customer. You got some customers, man, that you can pretty much you can deliver the food and you can go in the kitchen and start cooking. That's how much these customers trust you. You know what I mean, they're gonna be like, you can go there to make a delivery. Like, hey, what's going on, so and so? Like, what do you want to eat? Oh, the usual. You know, you got like you can get free breakfast, you can get lunch, you can down there get dinner. I had a customer before that gave me a coupon to come back to his restaurant, and that's when I was running chain for that's when I was running chain, right? And it was for Texas Day Brazil. So if you guys never been to Texas Day Brazil, man, I don't know what you guys missing. So that was pretty cool, man. Some customers really take care of you. Oh, you say when you get into the gate, you go off duty right away. You drop a hook by the time you're ready to go. The 30 is done. Okay. Taz say cases. Yeah, man, I love cases, man. Cases keep me busy, man. Like I like to keep myself busy, man. Like I don't see the point of going out there without no cases, man. I need cases, man. Like, come on, man. You got like if you got like a lot of drivers, right? And you got like one driver that wants cases, I don't see the point. Cause to me, the more cases you have, like to me that's like a better workout, right? And I take this job like as a running workout. So the more cases you got, it's like a better cardio, a better workout, better rhythm, and you just like better running for the day. The less cases you have, and the more time you have to BS and drag in, and it just it just it drags out the whole day. And plus, you ain't making no money, you know. So, Island Trucker, what's going on with you, man? Island Trucker say you have to stay on duty while you're unloading. Yeah, you definitely have to stay on duty, man. Because once you offloading that truck, anything can happen, bro. And you don't want. Let me tell you, man, you don't want to slip and fall or get yourself hurt while you're off the clock. You don't want to do that. Trust me, you don't want to do that. I think that's like almost an automatic termination, man. You know, there's a lot of guys that the only advice I can give you guys, I'm not gonna tell you guys to work on the clock because I can't tell you that. But Like if you guys insist and you want to go ahead and scan on your break, go ahead and scan on the break, man. But don't be doing like no physical work on the break because anything happen, that's on you. You was on your time, you know. Even though you're on the company clock, that's like you get fired for that. You know what I mean? A lot of companies is big time against that, man. They don't want nobody working off the clock, you know. But a lot of guys do it, man, because they're trying to get their routes done. But what is 30 minutes? So if you get hurt on the clock, they don't pay for that. Yeah, if you get hurt on the clock, they're gonna pay for it because you're on the clock. I'm talking about if you took your 30-minute break, James, if you took your 30-minute break and you insist on working anyway, you're just asking to get fired because like you're out there working while you're on your break and nobody asks you to work. Like once you on your break, you're breaking. That's why if you guys ever hear me like doing like a quick video, I always put a disclaimer out there. Oh, I'm on my 30-minute break, you know. I'm gonna shoot a quick video. I'm on my 30-minute break. I always put my disclaimer out there because one thing I don't do, man, I would never get on this YouTube stuff while I'm working. You know, so a lot of guys, man, they do it, bro. They definitely do it. It's something that my number one goal is, man, once I get a route, is get as much work as I could before that 7.5 hours because after that 7.5 hours, I'm pretty much looking to like take a break, take it easy, and get along with my day, man. You know, like it's not that serious to work on your break. I think that's dumb also to lose your job for getting caught working on your break. And you even got some guys, man. They go on in the morning and they'll go on the Omnitrack. They'll clock in, then they'll go back in the office. They'll take their sweet old time and they'll BS, man. El Ray, what's going on, man? Everything good with you? But I think once you do stuff like that, man, once you try to milk the clock, it's no reason to milk the clock in food service, man, because we're set up on like a exactly vibes. It seems like you're right about that. Like when you decide to work on your break, it seems like you hit it on the head, man. It seems like that's the only time it seems like you're coming down the ramp, you twist your ankle on accident, you falling over the ramp. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, Ty. You know, yeah, it seemed like that's the time where every bad thing choose to happen, man. You're like when you're on your break and you're trying to reach over too far to pick up a case, you hurt your back, and sometimes you gotta. If you get hurt, put it like this: anybody that plan on coming in food service, I'm not telling you guys not to work on your break. You can do whatever y'all want, but I'm telling you, if you get hurt on the break, you just take the L. And when I say take the L, take the L. Like don't go back to the company, tell them, oh, you know what? I pulled my back while I was on break today. Like you just asking to get fired. So take the L. You're gonna have 2 hard week worth of work because you're gonna try to work with like a sore back unless you call in sick or you try to get on vacation. But like if you go back to the office, like, oh, I hurt my back today. Oh, what happened? Oh, I twisted. Oh, what time this happened? Oh, it happened like 12:30. Okay, let me check. Oh, 12:30. Say you was on break. Oh, all right, give us a minute. That probably you probably getting walked out. You probably getting fired. So, and I'm telling you, man, if I and I don't blame no, I don't blame the supervisor for firing y'all, man, because just don't work on your break, man. You know, and if you do work on your break, just know what you're doing, man. I'm just being real with y'all. If y'all choose, all right, put it like this: if y'all choose to work on your break, just be careful. Just don't be doing no physical activities. If you know what I mean. Just and I'm serious. I see a lot of drivers they lose their jobs for stuff like that. So I'm not just saying that, you know. Food service driver. I used to work on my break, but over here at McLean, I take the whole 30. Cause you be tired as hell. Oh, so you say on McLean, like you don't even get the You don't even get the opportunity to work on your brakes. Hey, you know, all right, let me tell you. All right, food service driver. Naptura, what's going on? Food service drivers, right? Let me tell y'all something, right? You know why food service drivers work on their break, man? Let's just get this out of the way. A lot of guys work on their break because of the adrenaline. You know what I mean? Like once you start running, you don't want to like sit there for half an hour. Once you sit there for half an hour, your body gets cold and you're gonna feel slower and stuff like that. You're gonna feel sluggish. And if you sit there and if you eat something heavy for the day, if you eat like a sandwich or something, like a sub or something, you're gonna feel slow because you guys know that once you eat all this bread and stuff while you're working, like that bread is gonna slow you down and that rice is gonna slow you down. What else would slow you down? All the sugary drink, that's gonna slow you down, like sodas and Gatorades and stuff. If you're drinking Gatorade, make sure you drink Gatorade Zero. Try to get a bunch of water, man, because that sugary stuff, while you sit there on your break, just eating away, it's gonna slow you down. So a lot of guys don't really like to sit there for half an hour. So a lot of guys, honestly, they be running. And to be honest with you, like a lot of supervisors know that a lot of guys work on their break. So what they do is they just warn them, man, hey, be careful. You get caught, you're gonna have to get dealt with. And when I say you're getting fired, like I'm just being like, you'll probably get written up the first 1 or 2 times. You're a good driver, you probably not gonna get fired, but I'm just saying, man, it's not worth it to work on your break. Day cab slim say stop, don't start the hell talk. Yeah, I ain't gonna start it no more, man, because you know, day cab, once with the health talk, man, everybody got a different. One thing I learned about the health talk, I'm not gonna do it no more, man, because everybody got their own opinion, man, until it's confusing, bro. I just with the health talk, I just say to myself, "Oh, you say most guys that work on their break usually leave a paper trail." Hey, you're right about that because, hey, we got and that's a good point, man. So that's a good point. Oh, you guys be watching stuff like that? Hey, guys, you heard that? We got the transportation manager up in here, man. He said most guys that work on their break, they leave a paper trail. And let me tell you guys something, man. One thing about paper trail, I'm telling you, it'll catch up to you. And meaning that if you're working, right, and you probably be the best worker in the division, right? And boom, you don't get in trouble for nothing. But all of a sudden, you're starting to do things that the company don't like. You come to work late. Once you leave paper trail, they can go back and fire you for stuff like that. Oh, how you start like like for instance, like drivers doing 145 cases in 10 minutes. That because they really did it in 40 minutes. For 30 of those minutes they was on break. So like Taz say they leave a paper trail. You know what I mean? So for all them drivers out there, man, hey, food service drivers, man, how many cases you used to deliver when you was on your break? Everybody delivered on their break before, man. Every food service driver delivered on your break. I need to do a whole hour of just working on your break because every single it's probably like in my division, it might be out of over 100 drivers, it might be 3 drivers that never work on their break. And I'm not sitting here trying to be an angel. I worked on my break before. Everybody did it before. It's just an adrenaline thing, man. And I realized one day it just came to me like, boom, that's not that's we need to take a break. You know what I mean? Because we're just running and running and running. We need to take a break, man. So a lot of guys work on their break, man. Whether it's US Food, Cisco, anywhere, man. Guys just work through their break. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like a mind thing. Like when you really think about it, man, like how much, like what you really giving up for 30 minutes? What are you willing to give up for 30 minutes, man? You willing to give up your job for 30 minutes? And I'm talking to all of us, man. You know what I mean? But we don't think like that, man. You gotta understand. Once we start working, we think like a machine. You know what I mean? We think like a machine. So it's crazy, man. You know, it's crazy. Once we get out there, man, we just want to get that work done and go home. But I'm just telling you guys, like, food service driver can tell you, man. He said he used to work on his break. Now he working at McLean. He can't get no chance to work on his break. Yeah, I heard they were gonna look at the lunch break thing, man. They were gonna try to either push it out the way. What they were gonna try to do with that? Because I heard DOT was gonna take a look at that again. You know, they need to take a look at that because I just don't like. We don't need that 30-minute break, man. We should be able to blow through our break, work 10 hours, get our work done, and go home. Like, I don't think companies should try to force us to take a break, even though our bodies need it. But like, once we're up and running, man. Oh, announcement delayed until the end of September. Yeah, I hope they come back with something good, man. Like, I hope they come back with something good because I think the 14-hour rule is fair. I don't think they need to lower that. They don't need to lower that, or they don't need to raise that. Yeah, you're right, Island Trucker, man. They need to get rid of that, man. They definitely need to get rid of because okay, why can't we take our break after 9 hours? Why it got to be 8 hours? You know what I mean? Like it seems like DOT always like to me DOT is like against the drivers when you think about it. Like everything the drivers try to put out there is like they're against it. You know, like how you gonna force us to take a break before 8 hours? Like I don't get the 8 hour part. Or you say in corporate you need to take a break before 6 hours? Yeah, I thought you can go all day without taking a break in corporate. Yeah, I thought you could go all day without taking a break in corporate. I didn't know that. You know, like I mean, like if I'm working in corporate, I don't need nobody to come force me to take a break. Hey, make sure you take a lunch, guys. Like, come on, man. We're here to work, not to play around. You know, mind over matter. What's going on with you? Mind over matter. We're just here, just relaxing. You know, you guys know I keep most of my lives at 1 hour, and today live was all about yeah, I pretty much keep all my lives about 1 hour, and today live was all about I even forgot what today's live was about, man. Yeah, they need to give us time to have after 8 hours. Oh, you talking about over the road drivers? Well, over the road drivers, man, I think you guys need to take a break. Over the road drivers, I think you guys need to take a break, man, because just imagine if over the road drivers didn't have like half an hour break, some guys would really be out there trying to drive like for 11 hours straight. Then most corporation getting sneaky, giving us a base salary. Yeah, they trying to do what they got to do to keep us down, man. They definitely trying to do that, you know. But we ain't gonna stay down. I mean, they need us truck drivers, man. They definitely need us, you know. All of a sudden, my internet stopped working. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but today live, man, was all about to all the over the road drivers that start trying to come local, man. It's not easy at first. You know what I mean? And when you try to come local, you got to figure out what you really want to do. You know, because a lot of guys they want to come in food service because they hear about the money. But do you really want to come in food service? We're like a drive-in gym. Do you really want? We're like a driving gym. Do you really want to do this? A lot of guys want to deliver fuel. Do you really want to do fuel? You know what I mean? Like, can you really stand those fumes? A lot of guys they want to work in LTL. Do you really want to do that? A lot of guys they want to deliver like for beer and stuff and Pepsi and stuff like that. Do you really want to do that? You know? So you gotta think about what you really want to do, and you gotta change your mindset. You gotta have like a serious mindset when you come local. You know? Oh, they're lobbying to get rid of it right now. Nothing has changed. Yeah, so we're gonna so I'm gonna give a last minute shout out. It's reached an hour. Um, I'm gonna give a last hour shout out to everybody that's up in here. It's time for me to get out of here and go get some sleep and enjoy the rest of my Sunday, man. So I appreciate everybody that stopped by in today's chat. You know, anybody got any questions, man? Anybody got any questions? Just don't be afraid to drop me an email or give me a call. I mean, not give me a call. I don't know my number, but oh, your boy doing Dollar Tree. He told him to start sending gym membership. Yeah, Dollar Tree is like doing Dollar Tree is like a it's like a rolling gym. It's like over the road on steroids. Yeah, let me put in my email real quick. Anybody want to get in contact with me, man? That need anything that got to do with. Make sure I'm giving y'all the right email. Trying to type my email in there. Trying to type my email up in there. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, man. If y'all wanna drop me an email for anything, any reason at all. I mean, if y'all want any advice or whatever, if y'all want to know anything about some of these local companies, y'all can give me a call. If you don't want to know about fuel or whatever, y'all can give me drop me an email too. I got friends that do fuel. I got friends in LTL. I got friends all over. I got friends that own trucks. If you guys want to work for an owner operator, I know two owner operators right now that's looking for drivers. One looking for local drivers. Um, I know another one. She's looking for a driver over the road. She's willing to pay good. So, we got a connection, man. At this point, I feel like the amount of connections I got, I feel like I can roll up in any state. I can roll up in any state right now and be like, yo, I'm coming. And boom, I got my job there waiting for me. You know what I mean? Because that's the way I treat people, man, and deal with people. Sometimes in life, you just gotta have respect for people, man, and deal with people with respect. When I see my fellow drivers out there on the street, man, I just deal with them with respect. You know what I mean? When I see like a management from different companies, we just always say what's up, because you never know one day when you're gonna need somebody, man, or you never know when somebody's gonna need you. So in this world, man, it's all about respecting each other, man. With so much things going on in the world today, it's crazy, man. 20 people died, 26 people got injured in an Apostle, that mass shooting, man. And then you had another mass shooting in Ohio. So it's crazy, bro. Like, what is the world coming to, man? Like, we just need more unity. You feel me? Unity is strength, man. Oh, Island Trucker, you need a local driver in Florida also? Must have a TWIC card? Okay, I'll definitely try to put that out there for you. Where what part of Florida you gonna be running, like the south, or is it gonna be down my way, or more up by the Palm Beach port, or between Palm Beach and Miami. It really don't matter. Yeah, so I appreciate Alan Trucker for stopping by today. I appreciate Taz stop by. Day Cab Slim in the house. Naptoro, Mind Over Matter. Who else got in the conversation today? Vibes got in the conversation. El Ray, appreciate you for stopping in. Full service driver, I appreciate you for stopping in all the time, man. Take it easy over there at McLean. James, what's going on? I appreciate you for stopping by today. Um, Trippy, man, I appreciate you for stopping through, man. Trio 2J, like always. I mean, Container Man, I appreciate Container Man for stopping by. Everybody, man, that stopped by today. Moses, Road Less Travel, Big Curb, Gabriel, Walking Journey. Even though Walking Journey had a crazy ass question, man. I don't know if you're still up in here, but let me read your question. I'm gonna read your question. I'm trying to find your question. This might be the craziest question I ever had all week. You know what? He raised that question. Yeah, that's what we do. Hey, that's what we do, Day Cab Slim, man. We just share contacts, man. You know. And Taz, I'm gonna give you a call this week too, sometime, just to say what's up, man. I'm gonna give you a call because you never know. You know. I like those houses over there, and I've been looking into relocating lately. I'm just waiting on the wife to make up her mind. I like those houses. It's a bunch of houses on the west side of Central Florida that I'm really digging. You know, living down here in the South, man, it's becoming too crowded. So we'll talk, peoples. Until next time, y'all take it easy. Remember to hit the notification bell.